नमस्कार, आप देख रहे हैं न्यूज़ मंच 24 और we do have National Spokesperson of BJP Shazia Ilmi with us, and we will discuss about the upcoming Haryana elections and the ongoing J&K elections. Even the first phase has been started. So welcome to the show first of all, ma'am.
Thank you so much for having me over.
So as we know, Haryana election is nearby, just a few days left. So
Yes.
what are all the preparations you guys have done so far, and how many seats you are aiming, and how confident you and other BJP leaders are about the upcoming elections?
At this point of time, we are very confident, and we've managed to convey the importance of our manifesto and all the good work that we have done. We have taken it from door to door, and what we've succeeded this time is we have managed to puncture the disinformation campaign of the Congress party. And people can see that all they did, even during Lok Sabha, when Haryana we suffered losses, and soon after they realized that all that Congress party was saying was all wrong, whether it came to the constitution or the reservation. In fact, you see how Dalit leaders are treated and how they are speaking, old leaders of theirs in Haryana. So I think it's all very obvious for others to realize that this is what they actually feel when it comes to leadership, when it comes to prime positions in the party. So we are very sure that we will be winning the elections, and it will be once again.
Just help us with the numbers, the exact numbers. How
I'm
many
very
seats
bad.
you got?
I'm very bad at numbers.
But still, you have to, say something at least.
No.
Just any guess around.
It's going to be BJP as the biggest party, and we will reach the.
At least
the
few numbers you should have in mind being a.
No. I'm actually.
So you don't wanna give any shots to the numbers yet.
No, but I'm quite confident. I go more by the sentiment and feel. So I think.
Rather than the numbers.
Yeah, I've always been like that. So I think the BJP campaign itself, and also the campaign which targeted the Congress propaganda and misinformation against BJP, there has been a lot of success in making that connect. So, and I think also a lot of harm has been done by Congress leaders to themselves because of their internal rivalries and ambitions. So I think that has pretty much ensured that we get the majority mark very easily.
Do you really think that the card which Congress just played by letting Vinesh Phogat joining the Congress, and the day after she joined, within a day or two, Congress announced to contest the upcoming elections?
Yes, but it's Vinesh's own family has said that the sanctity of the movement that Vinesh spearheaded gets lost when it becomes political. So I always feel, that when you join a party, like I left Aam Aadmi Party and I joined BJP after a year.
Yeah.
So there has to be a cooling off period, especially when you're in the middle of something very vibrant, very dynamic, where people can see you taking a position. So when you take that position, which you did, on which there is inquiry, and not just that, it's all the allegations are being looked into very seriously by courts. And proper investigation is on, then you go and you represent your country, and the government is absolutely not just generous but very fair and more than fair, in looking after you, as it does with all athletes, and doesn't deny you anything at all. And again, when because of technical reasons, when she loses out, everybody gives her support, but this issue is raised in the parliament by the Congress party, that there could be some kind of.
Do you really think it's going to impact the upcoming elections?
There was some kind of foul play, and that was such a horrible charge and shocking charge, because if you see Vinesh's own Twitter line, she's thanked Kiran Rijiju, she's thanked so many ministers for all the help she's got, even the External Affairs Minister for helping her with the visas of her family.
Still, why don't she join? Why don't she come up to BJP? Like, if maybe she's planning, why don't she come up to the BJP rather than joining Congress? As you mentioned that there should be some cooling period or something like that. So either it should be BJP.
No,
as
see,
well.
that's her entire choice. But clearly she had been in talks with Congress beforehand. It is all very obvious now, because it can't happen. No, you can't come back and suddenly elections are around the corner.
According to you, it must be pre-planned, right?
You resign, and then you resign from your job, and then I think the way it's happened, there's very little time between these very big events.
Right.
So if you look at that, I mean, obviously she had pre-planned it, and which is all right. You have every right to choose a political a front or a party and contest, but there has to be cooling off period between one position and the other. So there is more credibility also to both the positions, the new one that you want to have and to the older one that you've been a part of, a government position, and also to your own personal credibility, and also the credibility of the movement that you represented, you know, which was for the wrestlers, and also the credibility of the party that you'll now be a part of. So it affects credibility in a big way. Your own, the party which is now taking you in, the movement you've been a part of, as well as the position you held. And the position you want to hold. So I think it is very important.
Do you think that some sort of sympathy definitely she's gonna get from her own constituency, Jalana?
Yes, I'm sure. I'm sure she'll be a good she's a good candidate. I mean, we all are very proud of her. I mean, she is our daughter.
Do you think that right now she's not at the right place, maybe, or in the right party?
No. See, you know, this is politics. Everybody has a right.
According to you, it may be her own choice, you know.
Yeah, I believe in complete political freedom. You know, to choose the party, and people who keep attacking you, like they keep attacking me for being in the BJP because I'm a Muslim. So I tell them that India gives me complete freedom. That's if you respect the constitution, right to choose your own party as per your beliefs and as per your conviction.
We do see that you've been to J&K as well. So how it's all going there? First phase has been completed as well. 59% voters comes out to vote. So how?
It's huge. It's really amazing. First of all, I'd like to say that I've been going to Kashmir for the longest period. It was probably my 100th visit or 150th. I've been going there since I was a kid. Yeah. No, it's a fact. I've been going there since I was a kid. I've spent.
But the moment I ask about the seats, you say you are bad in numbers, but you still remember that how many times you've been to jail.
Yeah. That's good. Because that's something that I've done. That is something that I've yet to know. And
but still, you are far confident enough that definitely BJP gonna win. So.
No, I'm not. I didn't even say that. All I said was I've been there many times since I was a kid. So you know.
Just normal numbers, right?
So I've been there many times. So, but this time I went there after a huge gap. So what I saw in Kashmir was it's just totally transformed. I used to read about it, and my friends would tell me, all my friends from Kashmir. But this time I actually experienced it, and a lot of people in the valley who have suffered, because Hindus have suffered, we all know that, but Muslims have suffered a lot. And Rajnath ji did say that 85% of people who suffered were Muslims. If you see Jammu Kashmir police, 90% Kashmir J&K police is Muslim. Jammu 40%. So these are very real numbers. So let's not make it about religion. Our Hindu brothers have suffered, our Muslim brothers have suffered, our Kashmiri citizens have suffered. So for the first time they're experiencing their azadi. And it's the azadi that was promised to them, you know. So because if you take away all the hartals, strikes, all the bands that were there, that was a part of Kashmir, you see. And Prime Minister,
do you think that the removal of the Article 370 helps out?
It is not just the removal. I mean, people ask me, even Kashmiris ask me, how has it changed our lives? It has not changed our lives, except that there is a lot more movement. And I think what has changed their lives is just good governance, just gold cards, for instance. Those are the health cards. So many Kashmiris have benefited from it, and you know, which is Ayushman Yojana cards, but they call it gold cards for Sehat. They have worked very, very well. Something like just overall development. All the roads that were built in 70 years, you compare it with the roads built in the last 5 years, you'll say, oh my God, what were these governments doing? The economy of Jammu and Kashmir, if you see that, I mean, it's like the GDP growth, I mean, you'll be shocked. From 1.17 lakh crores in 7 years, it is now 2.45 lakh crores, and it will now become 2.63 lakh crores. It's astounding. These numbers are just astounding. Tourism, you know, it's like 300% increase in the foreign tourists. Domestic tourism, we all know you can't get hotels. Right now it was a lean phase because of Amarnath Yatra and travels, but it's like amazing. So no matter what people say, that is the truth. Everybody can see it. Again, you asked me about numbers, and I'll give you the same answer, that I'm really, really bad with forecasting numbers. Also, I don't know seat-wise, though I did go to many parts of Kashmir and Jammu. But I think, I really think it will be continuum and continuation of the same, you know, setup, which is, I think BJP will come to power there, because our seats in Jammu will be very, very high, and I think we'll make our own party and our own.
Sure. What about the employments? Congress comes up with the blames, even though if it is Haryana or J&K, that there's a lot of unemployments out there, and youngsters especially is not happy with the party, and will that gonna affect, or how you will take it?
Youngsters, in fact, are very happy with BJP, because youngsters, I can tell you about Kashmir and Jammu, because in Kashmir for the first time, you know, the whole stone pelting thing has gone away. And if you just look at medical seats, you can look at, there were 4 medical colleges. Now we're looking at a number of more than 11. Just the number of medical seats for Kashmir itself per se, it has gone up hugely. If you look at so many aspects of, we're talking about giving fees to students, some stipend for coaching, so that they can get 2,000 to 3,000 rupees for just their coaching, for the travel. Also making sure that they work towards Jammu Kashmir Public Service Commission as well as UPSC. So the people are thinking differently, because they're tired of those days of
stone pelting days,
stone pelting, right? Terrorism, fear. This is freedom from fear, and that's huge for them. Even productivity has gone up, because people can actually go to schools, go to offices, so it's like huge. And I don't know how they say that tourism has gone up so much. I mean, we're looking at more than 2 crores and there can be no improvement in employment. If you look at government figures, which is what they talk about, if you look at the government figures, you'll see that with a small population of 1.14, there are more than 5 lakh employees. Compared to this Karnataka, where the population is close to 7 crores and the government employees are the same. Now this is government employees. You look at private sector, you look at other sectors, you look at tourism and allied industries, you look at agriculture, you look at just Rozgar, which is happening because of more construction. And I have seen reports where so many people are saying that we would daily wage laborers who are now going to be regularized, and they're saying that, you know, we have work because the economy has opened up, because we can move around. We had work only for 30 days or 60 days maximum in the last few years, but now for the first time in the last 3 to 4 years, as compared to earlier years, we have employment to and confirmed employment for the period of more than 8 months a year, which itself changes everything. So the very fact that there is no fear, there are no curfews, there are no hartals, there are no strikes, things have improved. You know, they say, na, jaan hai to jahan hai. Yeah. So I think that is very, very, very good. I mean, people talk about ease of living, which has gone up. I talk about the likelihood of living.
Yeah, even we noticed that at the Lal Chowk this year, we do see that Tiranga was hosted.
Not just that, I'll post a video tomorrow, maybe you see in my X, that you'll see that at 12 o'clock in the night. And I was with my friends and you know, and her husband, but there were 3 women, and we went on around Dal Lake. It was 12 and we were playing music in the car, and there was the RPF Jawans, and there was this Tirangas lit up. It was so beautiful. And I couldn't imagine. They're Kashmiris, you know. My friend and her husband, and they were saying, my God, we could never imagine Kashmir to be like this.
Now it has been totally changed under the supervision of Prime Minister Modi ji and Bhartiya Janta Party.
I think it's a vision of Prime Minister, but NILG has implemented it very well. A lot of people said, you know, we don't even want elections, we just want LG Raj because we're peaceful. They just wanted peace. You see, what they've been through is very different from what we have been through. And so for them it's a very big thing, because we don't know conflict going on all the time in our areas. So for our Kashmiri brothers and sisters, it's a very, very, very big deal.
Lastly, before we come to the Delhi, so as far as J&K and BJP is concerned, definitely BJP gonna win it emphatically, right?
Yes.
You guys gonna have a thumping victory, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Then lastly, as we all see that the day Arvind Kejriwal released, get bail from the court, and the moment he released, he said that he gonna resign as a CM of the party, and a few days after Atishi got appointed as a new CM currently. So how you will take this?
You know,
what you have to say about it?
Yeah, so if Arvind actually felt any pangs of conscience, he should have done it earlier, because he was in the jail. Now he's just out on bail. He still can't go to the Chief Minister's office, he still can't travel abroad, he can't sign any files. He can't influence any witnesses.
Is it something like he do have a lot of limitations? Do you really think that's why he had to resign, or he didn't have a choice left?
Yeah, but he could have resigned. He could have resigned earlier. He had more limitations and he was in actually jail.
Yeah.
Now he's out, so he could have resigned earlier by the same logic. I think he wants to get sympathy. He knows that once the trial starts, he'll be in big trouble. So before that, he wants the polls early because the trial will take a while. And this is exactly the reason why he's got bail, not on the merits of the case. So when he goes to people and says the people will decide, it's a lie.
He said कि दिल्ली की जनता will decide, and
No.
until or unless you guys choose me, then until or unless I won't become the CM again.
No, that is fair. दिल्ली की जनता डिसाइड करेगी, लेकिन कोर्ट डिसाइड करेंगे कि ये जेल जाएंगे कि बेल पर रहेंगे, क्या वो तो दिल्ली की जनता
बनेंगे आने वाले।
या सीएम तो दिल्ली की जनता डिसाइड कर सकती है, लेकिन जिनका जेल जाना है अगर ये गुनहगार पाए गए, दैट दिल्ली की जनता कांट, बिकॉज इन इंडिया वी हैव समथिंग कॉल्ड द कोर्ट्स. केजरीवाल शुड नो दैट, एंड दे decide your bail or jail situation and whether you have committed a crime or not. So please don't lie to people and don't go to people and say, people of Delhi will decide whether I'm corrupt or not. People of Delhi cannot decide. It is the courts which will decide. People of Delhi will vote, and you're using that, which is why you want the elections early. And you've chosen Atishi as a safe bet. Why? Because Atishi had no connection with Anna Hazare movement. She was not part of it like all of us were. She came in later on. And she was, and the entire Vidhayak Dal, all the MLAs, they can't stand her because her rise has been meteoric. Obviously, with good reason, they might feel a sense of envy that she's made it so far. She wasn't even there. So that is one reason. Second reason is the old guard. I mean, the people who've been part of the movement, who were seniors of the party. If they were to get this position, then there could be another power center. But because Atishi is so disconnected with the local MLA team and the older cadres of Aam Aadmi Party who were part of the Anna Hazare Andolan, she's a safe bet. She can never be a threat because she'll never have people backing her. So it's the same story that it's like Sonia Gandhi choosing Manmohan Singh. And not Pranab Mukherjee. It's like Sonia Gandhi choosing Manmohan Singh and not Pranab Mukherjee, knowing very well Pranab Mukherjee could be a power center.
It is something like that. We do have former Prime Minister Manmohan Singh at that time. So it is something like that. Atishi may be the CM of words.
Yeah, well, that is very obvious. I mean, she'll be a good puppet, So that's the only reason. She'll be a good puppet. She'll never be able to create a power center, a parallel power center, and she'll be completely beholden to Arvind Kejriwal.
Even in the press conference, she left the seat over there and she said that CM to Arvind Kejriwal ji hi rahenge until or less,
Exactly. So I think that part is quite sad. It's a mockery of the constitution and the position of the chief minister. So it's a little bit like taking it too far, this sycophancy. There is Arvind. So I mean, who are you fooling? You're fooling the democratic processes of this country. I mean, you are betraying or it's a travesty of the democratic processes of the country. You're fooling the people of Delhi. You are in power, and she says it also. She says, actually, I'm just a stand-in. These are the khadau. So khadau or whatever, I don't know, but it's a bit of a mockery of everything.
Thank you so much for your time, Shazia ma'am. So it was senior BJP leader Shazia Ilmi and the national spokesperson of the Bhartiya Janta Party who puts her thoughts regarding the upcoming BJP elections and JNK elections as well. For the rest of the news, keep watching News Munch. Thank you for joining. Thank you.